Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rohini Vaishnavi, and I'm going to be the facilitator for today's panel discussion on behalf of RV Learning Foundation. We have 4 panelists with us today. We have with us Dr. Sujata Khandai, who is the Deputy Dean, Academics and Director at Amity University, Noida. We have Shikha Mahajan, who is the owner of Diet Podium. We have with us Chaya Goel, who is the owner of Vastu Devaya Namaha, and we have Nidhi KM, who is the founder of Viharin.com. I welcome all the participants here today and also the audience. The topic of discussion is women's journey towards financial freedom, the constraints or challenges, and the possibilities. So I would, to begin with, request all the panelists to share their own stories. So all the 4 panelists here are the women who have reached a considerable level of success in their lives, and I'm sure they have gone through their own constraints, their own difficulties, and they have overcome them. And I would want the audience here to benefit by listening to their experiences. So I would request to begin with Dr. Sujata Khandai to tell her own story.
I think this platform is very nice. I was very eager when Rohini told me. So without getting we have very limited time. Very briefly, a couple of things which come to mind to me as a working woman and a professional rather. I would call myself more a professional than a working woman, which is very stereotypical. See, we are, I come from an extremely progressive family. When we were brought up, there was no gendered issue there in the way we were brought up. Having said that, we get married and we then fall into very stereotypical roles as we grow up and as we embark on our life's journey. So yes, I was doing very well. I finished my MBA. I joined the industry. I was doing pretty well there right from the very beginning of my career. And then I got married, and then I had a child. And then, okay, the problem is not because I typically fell into the stereotypical role of a woman, but yes, that's one part of it. Having said that, we also do not have a support system in India, right? We all live in nuclear families, and the ecosystem does not give you. Now it is still better, I think, but when we were, this is in the mid-90s, late-90s I'm talking about, we really did not have a supportive ecosystem. So to take care of my child, I did take a few years off, a couple of years off to take care of my firstborn. And typically what happens, and it is not so prevalent today, but at that point of time, the moment you take off a gap year from industry and you want to get back to industry, somehow the industry kind of blocks you. You just cannot enter once you have taken a gap year or a couple of years off. There is no, there's no kind of consciousness for a woman who's giving birth and bringing up a child. The sensitivity did not. The situation has changed slightly, but this is one of the major challenges I faced, and because of that, I had to change track. I am not unhappy that I'm in academia now. I'm very happy and I'm very satisfied with my role here. But yes, that is one of the primary challenges that I faced, right from the time I started my professional life. Now, on my journey, I have spent a considerable number of years at the workplace. Frankly speaking, any kind of biases, not really. I have not faced any kind of gendered bias also in my working life. But then for that, I think individually, each one of us has to stand up and prove to the male-dominated society that we have, that we still live in India, that we can work as much as you can. We can put in as many number of hours as you can, and we are not frivolous, and we will not take leave unnecessarily. That is something which you kind of have to drive home. For men, it is much easier to drive. They don't need to drive home that point. For women, it is much easier. There is a task, uphill task. You have to kind of drive home the point through your actions that yes, you are here to stay, and you should command as much of a salary as the man can. Typically, I've seen women are very scared to ask for a salary hike, or to ask for a promotion, or to ask for a bigger paycheck. They feel rather inhibited about it. And I've seen many women go through it. And fortunately for me, probably I learned from the mistakes of other women. And that kind of inhibition is something which it takes a little bit of being shameless at times, probably. But yes, that is something which I overcame very soon in my life. One or two, a couple of times I did face the roadblock, and I kind of got shoved aside for a lower salary. But I learned pretty fast. And after that, yes, maybe I became shameless. But yes, I never thought twice, because you have to know your worth. You have to know how much you are worth to the organization that you're working for.
Thank you. Thank you. So I move on to Shikha. Shikha, can you share your experience with us?
Yeah, so see, building on what Sujata ji said, first of all, I'd say that one, I'm single, so there's not a lot of family responsibilities on me. Secondly, also, again, my parents were always about educating us, and all those things were not there. So I went into the industry, and then I realized that there's a major pay scale, which is, no matter how much you work, you never really get a decent salary. And, for years, you're continuing on that 12,000, 15,000 stipend kind of a salary. And I have seen even very senior dietitians who are not getting a fair wage. And what you would expect in a hospital, a doctor is getting probably not as much as a surgeon, but as much as any other doctor you should be getting. They were not getting that. And then I started looking into other, all of these professions which are female dominated, whether it's teaching, whether it's nurses, whether it's dietitians, any profession which is female dominated tends to have a much lower pay scale, even though I think these are very important professions. So that was something where I really needed to put my foot down and say that, no, I'm going to have my own practice, and I'm going to make my own, I'm going to demand the right price for my time, because in the end, as a consultant, that is what you're giving them. You're giving them your time. And there was a backlash. People didn't really want to pay the right fees. And even though I would say that, some of the most highly paid dietitians here are charging in a month what abroad would be charged for, say, a single session. And this is probably why a lot of NRIs tend to come to India.
Participants, kindly mute your speakers.
I would say even though I would say that my pay scale is not something that I would complain for. I'm getting a decent wage, but for a lot of other people in the industry, I don't see that happening. And I don't really see the Indian Dietetics Association also pushing that in. The agendas that they pick up are not the wages. So this is a place where I really think my industry lacks.
Right. So that's a good observation. For many of us may not be aware of what you shared with us today. Thank you, Shikha. And now I would request Chaya to share her experience. Chaya.
Yeah. So Rohini, so far both the panelists has described certain things they were facing, but in general, what I believe is in simple self-motivation kind of thing. So if you don't mind, मैं कुछ ऐसा कहना चाहूँगी जहाँ पर क्या challenges आते हैं और क्या challenges नहीं आते हैं, उसके beyond, if we can simply spare some time for ourselves, just look inside, see what interests us, क्या चीज़ है जो अच्छी लगती है daily basis पे. It can be even a simplest of the thing. It can be simple cooking, it can be simple stitching, it can be just anything, maybe just talking to people.
Right.
So just start focusing on that and keep doing that continuously. Try to start putting some passion into it, and you will see gradually this little passion of yours may get you into the path of success. लाइक मैं अपना ही एग्जांपल यहाँ पर दूं कि मैंने कभी प्लान नहीं कर पाई मैं, बिकॉज आई वाज जस्ट 21 and a half when I got married. And when I was 23 and a half, I had my son who was underweight. Many things were to be taken care, and nobody can even touch him except me. So उस सब में करियर कहाँ है, कैसे बनेगा, सोचने का कोई टाइम ही नहीं था. So but gradually now I am Vastu Acharya, as my title is already like you have already introduced me. This was just my interest. So I kept studying it, and never thought of getting into any profession unless and until my primary responsibility, my son, is completely settled. There were no as such health challenges, but yeah, definitely किसी भी normal बच्चे से ज़्यादा उसका ध्यान रखना चाहना. So अपने experience के साथ मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को ऐसा groom भी किया, and you know there are so many ladies around me जिन्हें सिर्फ अपना एक passion को identify करें, उसके बाद society, even I am quite rebellious, or even I feel that our society is male dominating. But you know, gradually I realized this is my conditioning. This is the conditioning of a female, that start finding faults within the society instead of putting our focus on something which we like. So your passion can change into your profession any day if you start loving it.
Right.
So simply पढ़ते I kept on adding other degrees as well after my marriage. Later on, when I was going through, I was not aware, but later on I realized that I was going through that whatever you call it, some kind of mild depression also. I don't want to use this word because it's against my practices to use even this word depression. There's nothing like that. Yeah, but there was something like that because of various challenges we all have usually in our growing years. Not the teen years. When we have to settle in a new family, we have to take care of our kids, we have to raise them. So that was a time when I was not fully prepared, and I was having certain challenges for sure. And that was slowly settling into some kind of depression. But this particular passion of me, studying, and you know, I was enjoying what I was studying, occult sciences, lot many subjects. I am a Reiki healer as well, master Reiki healer. And later on, I definitely tried learning behavior patterns, temperaments. All these things helped me. But you know, one thing, various things come into your path when you keep doing something or other. बहुत सारी चीजें आएंगी, करते रहिए, but there should be just one focus which you always like. This thing should be your focus, and definitely you are going to achieve a satisfaction, a level of satisfaction. I am not sure. Empowerment means being financially independent only. No, not that. It has to be like you are able to love yourself, respect yourself. You can confidently face yourself, face the world. Other things definitely will follow, and that will include the financial empowerment as well. But you know, empowering yourself means it should be whatever you're doing, you are enjoying. And as long as you are doing it consistently for longer duration, you are definitely going to go to your goal. So
that's a lovely observation, Chaya, that, you know, if you are really passionate about something and you get after it, you are bound to get it. And I'm sure you must have had a supporting environment, I'm sure, because of which, you know, you could feel good about
honestly,
yourself.
Here I would like to add this thing, that I've never looked for that environment. I'm not sure whether the environment was supportive or not. I'm born in a Rajput family. Now my surname is Goyal. I'm born in a Rajput family. So there were not any restrictions on me, but yeah, definitely they were not that open also that, you know, I can opt for any profession. It should be a simple higher education, get married, get settled, simple. So I did not look at them as well, whether you are supporting me for my purpose or not. Later on, when I got married, I did not look for the support around me that you come and help me with my son. No, I was not, because doctor somehow counseled me that only it's you and only you for him. Nobody else is going to touch. So I did not look for the support that time also. And then when I was following my passion, the support was not needed, because I am following my passion. I don't need any support from anyone. And gradually, you know, it changes. It changes your mindset. You start attracting good things. You start attracting good support system on your own. So that can be created. Maybe what I'm saying may not be sounding really practical to all, but start practicing. Just stay in a positive state of mind, and you will start attracting actually good people. Those who will start, giving the desired support without even asking. So,
True.
This is my experience. I mean,
Lovely.
maybe not the.
No, it's a really good insight.
Not the condition.
That
Not what we have conditioned to.
what you said is, to me, it's quite reassuring, because it gives a feeling that there is a lot that you have under your own control, and you are in charge of the situation. Okay.
And I'm sorry, there is some network issue, so things are not clear to me,
Yes.
and I may not be completely. Yeah, I'm not.
No, you are clear to
बोल दिया है कि भी 2-3 दिन में तुम्हें रिजल्ट्स हम बताएंगे.
audience.
वैसे तो मैंने
Kindly mute your
को थोड़ा एनालाइज कर लिया था
speakers.
कि भी जैसे एक पैरामीटर जो होता है ना, गुड, वेरी गुड, एक्सीलेंट.
From your end as well, Rohini. You have the option of.
बताओ आपने भेजा क्या क्या है इनको.
Yeah, I'm
Rohini,
doing
just
that.
mute all of them.
I am muting them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better to
Okay.
mute the participants.
Yes. So, Nidhi, can you please share your story?
Yeah, sure. So I have worked with American Express for 11 and a half years. And initially everything was very well. And as I was growing in my office, I got to know what are better opportunities and where to apply for and all that. So I did not find any gender bias or any challenges there. But the main challenges came to my life when I had my little one. So I have two kids. When the younger one was born, so they started going to school. And my office timings were really different. So I used to come back at night at 12 o'clock. But the kids had to go to the school at 7 in the morning. So that used to be the challenging time for me, as a result of which I was losing my health, and so as my kids. So that was the point in my life that I had to actually leave the very hefty paying job. I mean, at that time, there was no challenge in terms of remuneration for me. It was a highly paying job, a very posh job. But then I had to prioritize money or family. So that was the time when I decided to take a sabbatical for 1 year and give ample time to my family, so that I can actually increase the health of my kids and myself. So that was a time for me to repair myself also, physically as well as mentally, because as one grows in the organization, there are increased responsibilities there, and as well as at home when you are growing at personal front. But after 1 year, I thought to do my own business, because that would give me more flexibility, and I had the right to choose what I could do and what I did not want to do, and as per my availability, suiting to my home needs. So I think the challenges were there also initially, because at the initial phase of any business, one has to invest a lot of money. That time also I did not want to invest much into my business, and I actually opted to alternatives rather than putting every money into advertisements in TVs or newspapers or magazines and all. I actually resorted to social media. So this is how I started to overcome my challenges, and my family, I must say, was a big support at my mother's house also, and my mother-in-law and my husband's house as well. So that time, and even now, I have a lot of support. I think that has been a foundation of my success till date.
Right. Thank you, Nidhi. So, if I can sum it up, the stage of life, the postpartum stage where we have to take care of the kids, that clearly comes out to be a major challenge. So, I mean, it's the same with me also. I agree with you. I've also experienced the same thing, coming back to career, after you become a mother. That has been a challenge for me also. And if I ask any one of you, all of you, if there is any one thing, that you would want to change, in any society, so that the women could get a much more breather and they could pursue their careers? What is that? What is it that would be? I would want something quickly because we are running short of time.
So can I say?
Yeah, please. Yes.
Okay. Very quickly, just the stereotypical image that women, that women carry with them. Men perceive women in very stereotypical images. That is something I think we should change. It no longer exists.
Okay. Nidhi, you were saying something?
Yeah, I think there should be more flexibility at work. So what I have felt overall is that when men are the leaders, they are not able to understand the problem women are going through, especially when they have kids. So what I realized was that my female leaders in the US were more receptive to my problems as compared to my male boss. So when I was having a lot of problems in my pregnancy, I could not explain anything to my boss, whereas I was able to very easily and nicely explain everything to my female boss. But at the same time, there should be a trust factor that male bosses should generate, or they should be trained to, or something like that. Looking at the past performances, I think there should be more of working from home options, and there should be crutches available for kids also, so that if a kid needs attention from mother, both the things can be handled well. Yeah.
Right.
I would also like to add one thing, that women should learn how to put their foot down, not accept things like, okay, if you have to go for a sabbatical for your pregnancy, then we're firing you, and this is the way the office is going to work. There has to be this need that women who are higher up in the hierarchy put their foot down and stand up for the women who are in the lower end of the hierarchy. Right. Also, women who are on a salary, not just regarding the children, but when it comes to you are getting a promotion, you have to put your foot down that this is the kind of work I do, this is the kind of remuneration that I do. Because I think we all know that most of the time a male employee could easily get a far better promotion than a female. So putting our foot down and knowing our worth and not settling for less is very important.
Thank you. And Chaya, can we hear from you?
यहाँ पे भी थोड़ा सा अनकन्वेंशनल हो जाऊंगी मैं कि why do we consider anyone as competition? So what I'm doing right now, I have joined definitely certain things even I faced. I joined my husband's business a few years ago, and it was a forced decision on me due to few things. And you have to actually make your way instead of I prefer to avoid the conflicts. Even we do have conflicts at times, but we have to actually create a way where we can avoid the conflicts. And for me, because I have never worked for anybody else, so I cannot comment on what happens at other workplaces where you are there as employee. But as a boss, I definitely support my female employees, but there are certain points where we have to actually give the due credit to even the male members as well. So male employees as well. So here I would say, we are into a changing world. I have written on my blog as well that the things are opening for India. So I would actually I would prefer to motivate each and everyone to be your own boss and create employments. Sorry, I'm not giving the direct answers to your question because I've never worked under anybody. So I don't know what challenges we face. But yes, we can create a dish for ourselves anywhere. And that's again, instead of giving up into any demands or maybe doing something which you are actually not liking, your heart is not liking, let's change the way, completely change the way and get into a zone where there's something which we do like to do. Then everything else withers off. We don't actually feel any pressures. This is what my observation is.
Thank you so much for this lovely discussion. And the few takeaways as I can see is that the things that you would want, the change that you would want to see is that the stereotypes around women, they should go, and the workplaces should be more flexible and understand the needs of a woman at different life stages. And definitely there should be a much better childcare facilities Because if you see that, the woman's career is not just her personal problem, it's the problem of the entire GDP of the country. Because in India, only 15 to 16% contribution to GDP comes from women. Whereas worldwide, if you see, an average of 40% is an average. Even China, you see 40% of the GDP comes from women. Therefore, if the educated women are not allowed to fizzle out of the workplace, it's for the benefit of the entire country as a whole. And thank you very much for such a lovely discussion. And I really thank you for sparing your time for this meeting. And I thank the participants also for being with us. Thank you very much. So with that, I end this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Rohini.
Thank you, Rohini.
Thank you, Rohini. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, Nidhi. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. We'll call
Bye.
you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, Nidhi.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.